So here we are in game number 1, the draft phase. Let's see what we get out of two teams for this one. Alright, so immediately we have a Leafeon Ben. That makes sense. Leafeon is very, very powerful due to the fact that Solar Blade basically one-shots people, in the early to mid-game. You just don't want to deal with that, it's very strong. Blastoise is banned, Blastoise being the strongest defender, this makes perfect sense. After that we have Inteleon ban, counter the snipers, and finally we have a hit on Security's main Dodrio in the first match. Well, that's pretty impressive, I've got to say. That feels like a respect play, I guess they're saying, hey, you know what, we know Security is probably the best player here right now, and we want to do what we can to prevent Security from rolling all over us. Super Luke first picks Buzzwole. It was left open, so obviously you will take it in that situation. Next we have Hoopa and Absol pick from Vox Tech, very interesting. Antkiller does get to finally play Mamoswine, which is not something we got to see last week at all. Juvenile is going to lock in Blissey, presumably to switch with somebody? Not sure. Zera is going to lock Trevenant, which is, from what I gather, his main. Sceptile SMG on the Chandelure pick. Security is going to lock Zoroark. Oh boy. Zoroark is cracked, and I am sure that this is about to be crazy to watch. And finally, we have Cairo locking in Decky Dewey as opposed to an all-arounder or anything like that. And finally, we have the Umbreon pick. It was left open, and Meanlook is a very, very powerful, option, so we might as well, right? And here we go. We have final preparations. Are we going to see any Pokemon being switched around? Is Super Luke going to stay on the Buzzwole, or will it be given to Cairo? I'm not sure. Well, we see Ingle is now on Trevenant, and Zera is on Hoopa. And if you were there last week, I did mention that, Hoopa is something that is in Zera's pocket. And Zera, kind of games with the Hoopa. So we will see what the Hoopa is capable of here. Another big one to look out for. The talk of the new week. Security has joined the team with the Gold Ribbon Zoroark. And also, again, Cairo's back. So I'm sure that the dynamics will be dramatically different from what we had last week, where Tyrannical Eevees got the 5-0. So, our top team is the Mysterious Muse here, and the bottom team is the Tyrannical Eevees. So, let's see if this is another 5-0, or if this is not a 5-0. And for those of you in the chat, I am sorry, I cannot quite respond to all of your messages right now due to commentary. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so something I usually like to pay attention to in the early game in a situation like this is, okay, so we have a Zorua in the jungle, right? Zorua, typically very, very fragile, soft, weak little baby Pokemon, right? It doesn't do that much until level 5 when it evolves into Zoroark, when it goes absolutely crazy. So, me, being a avid enjoyer of the jungle invade strategy, I would have seen the opposing team's jungler was on Zorua, and I would have probably considered invading. But it does not look like the teams decided to do that, and instead, Security is going to be able to hit level 5 with relative ease and complete safety. Meanwhile, the Absol back here is just finishing up its clear. It did a little spin, and if we look up here, we can see Juvenile getting trapped by a Meanlook, and Hoopa nearly getting the KO with the crowd control of the, the Astonish and the Confusion. But instead, we did not quite get that. But here is Absol in the, the bot lane gank. But we gotta be careful, because, Buzzwole with Muscle Gauge does a lot of good damage. Anyway, the Altarias have spawned, and the Absol is just going to take those and get out of there. Buzzwole is going to try and flip this Umbreon back into their goal, and Juvenile is going to be caught out just a bit too far. But here's Zoroark saying, you know what, I got Feint Attack, I'm going to slash up everybody. Who's trying to catch one? And I'm going to get everybody with this. Who else want it? Oh, is that an Absol? Oh my god, nope, you don't win that. And that is going to be a triple kill in the bot lane. And Zoroark is getting out of there. Zoroark's going now to take the opposing jungle, but Dripmayo has something to say about that. We're going to try and get the steal, and it looks like we did, actually. Oh, no, I lied. I'm sorry. I was tricked. I was tricked by the power of Zoroark, which has the ability to transform into Pokemon from the opposing team. Anyway, center objective spawn. It looks like security got all of those as well. And now we have a rotation top from our jungler, and we catch Cairo overextended as the Dartrix, and Cairo is going to end up fainting. But it's okay. Antkiller is still here to defend, but between the damage of this Lampent and also the Absol, surely we can pick up a KO, right? Well, Zoroark is here to say, yeah, sure, you can kill my teammate, but me personally? Nah, fam. Let me show you what real life is like. And that is going to be a double KO for the Zoroark, as Zoroark is just massacring right now. And how are they going to deal with it? I mean, Zoroark has so much mobility with Feint Attack. It just gets everywhere. And now Super Luke's level 8. Look at this. Okay, the Absol needs to escape there, but that's just Zoroark Feint Attacking and picking up yet another KO. We're trying to drop the hammers. We're trying to do whatever we can to stop this Zoroark, but Zoroark is just going absolutely feral. No illusion needed. Just punch everybody. And, I mean, they're all just here. They're just killing the Regice now. And Regice goes down. Alright, but this does mean that the opposing team, the blue team, is out of position for the Eleki fight. And they could be going for it, but it doesn't seem like they're going for it. It looks like they're instead opting to try and get stacks, maybe. But, I mean, tragically, look at the level disparity here. You have, you know, level 10 Buzzwole, you have level 9 Decidueye, you have level 12 Zoroark, and then the opposing team, you have the Absol at level 9, and then everyone else is like level 7 or 6. This is just so out of reach already. The Zoroark went absolutely crazy. And this is going to be another objective going to the team on the left. And now what do we do? I mean, like, how do we deal with this? Like, sure, the Eleki is walking down, but look at the team. They're just coalescing in the center here to try and get off. Like, I don't know what they're going for, but we're gonna actually pull this Umbreon in to the zone of Poltergeist. That's what the move is called, Poltergeist. But you know, since it's a friendly Poltergeist, it isn't actually going to do all that much to the Espeon. That being said, we have a Mamoswine Unite being used, and Mamoswine is going to pick up and slam that Umbreon there. And under the Flux Zone, we still have yet another KO coming out from Zoroark. And that's going to be an entire top goal break. And, I mean, hey, Rayquaza still exists. You know, this game is not over. As crazy as it sounds, you know, one or two objectives going the other way around, you know, we got a KO on the Buzzwole there, that's huge, that's good experience, great catch-up experience for Team Tyrannical EVs. We have yet another Engage coming out from this Mamoswine. We have a Unite coming out from the Hoopa to portal everyone in. We also have yet another Unite being used, this time by the Chandelure. We're trying to get off whatever damage we can. We're doing what we can to take out the Zoroark, but due to Focus Band, I think that was, we actually just survived, and now we're gonna, you know, we're gonna try and get everybody with this one. We're trying to get it off, but Umbreon's gonna use the Unite just to make sure that that Zoroark finally faints, but Buzzwole is back and slamming everybody, and he's now punching and slamming the Absol as well, and Absol's not going to be able to get in to touch this Registeel. Okay, but now Sceptile is back here, and he's unleashing his attacks on the Registeel, but they're ready for it, and they just superpower away the Chandelure, and Cairo is going to finish up the Secure. And now we are all rotating top. I mean, like, you know, there's an objective up there, so it makes sense. We have Umbreon. You know, we gotta probably maybe like trap this this Buzzwole. We gotta maybe trap him and then have the team take him out somehow. But it doesn't seem like that's gonna be what's happening here. As I mean, we're doing what we can, but tragically, you know, it looks like the blue team is just more prepared for the objectives as a team. That's just what it looks like to me. I mean, the level disparity isn't as steep now. I do think that the orange team has caught up quite a bit, and they have a chance to pick up a double KO here, but it doesn't seem like they're going to. This Blissey is doing so much healing. The Blissey is supporting with relative ease, and here comes Zoroark and Buzzwole to say, you know what, you had your fun, but the fun is now over. It is no longer fun time. In fact, it is in fact time for you to suffer. And we're going to get this Alecki pretty quickly there, and we're going to just send it towards the goal, but it's time for our all-important objective in the center. Blue team already here, ready to go. Red team trying to get in. And that's a backline defender getting caught by a Buzzwole. You don't want to see that. Alright, Zera looking for his opportunity. He's not really going to be able to find it, it looks like. As he is being chased down now by the Mamoswine. But he tricks the Mamoswine by, you know, teleporting away from him. And we just go to defend, it looks like. Okay. And Absol is... Wait, how Absol get here? How Absol? How Absol? And Absol is tragically not going to be able to get that solo off in time. And Absol's got to get out of there. And Absol does successfully get out of there. I mean, just looking at the goals, you can see very clearly here that, you know, you kind of need Rayquaza if you're the red team, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get it. They're doing whatever they can, but the Zoroark is just putting out way too much damage at this point. And yeah, that's a whole team wipe, and they're going to cash in on this by taking this Rayquaza, and that should do it. That should be game one in favor of Team Mysterious Muse, who already has more wins than they have as a team in their whole career in this week alone. Very impressive. And, yeah, I mean, we're doing what we can to get them off our goal, but, yeah, tragically, we just don't have the tankiness to get through. And that's gonna be a pretty big game one win for Team Mysterious Muse there. Pretty big game one. Let me go ahead and update our blips.